So far, I've discussed two of the three parts of how nurse staffing agencies can get paid quicker. In the first part of the series, I discussed about how nurse staffing agency owners should do some sort of due diligence on their customers before signing on the dotted line for that contract and agreeing to do business with them. The second part of the series, I discussed about the importance of proper invoicing as well as, sending those invoices out in a timely manner. For the third part and final part of the series, how nurse staffing agencies can get paid quicker, I want to talk about collections. So, collections really does start at the very beginning, back to what I discussed in the first part of the series, which was to make sure you do your due diligence ahead of time. Even if you don't have the time or the resources to do an extensive credit analysis and review ahead of time, a simple call to accounts payable department and asking them what terms to expect as far as payment is concerned is a great way to find out really how soon you'll be paid, and also it will give you a direction so that you know when is an appropriate time to call on past due invoices. So for example, if you know going into things that the client you're going to be doing business with pays in 30 to 45 days, it really doesn't make any sense to make a collections call after 15 days. Now, if an invoice goes unpaid after 55 days, that might make more sense to pick up the phone and call. Another thing nurse staffing agency owners can do to ensure that the collections process is running smoothly is basically to list two prices on their invoices. One is a price if the invoice is paid within 15 days, 30 days, or whatever the specific amount of time is that you agreed upon in your contract. And then you could also list a second price right on your invoice that includes some sort of penalty fee if paid past the initial due date. Let's say you agree in the contract that your invoices will be paid within 30 days. So you could list one price within 30 days for payments and then add 2.5%, 3% to that price if paid after that payment due date. And it's important to list those in two places. Obviously, list them right on your invoice, and also make sure that you include some sort of clause in your initial agreement with that facility that enables you to charge them that penalty fee if paid late. And finally, the last thing you can do in the collections process to improve collections is to basically call accounts payable or to speak with the director of nursing in general and be upfront about it. Threaten to stop staffing at that facility unless your invoices are getting paid. It sounds like a scary thing, but really, if you're going to threaten to pull your nurses out of the facility, certainly you're going to accomplish one of two things. One, you're either going to get your invoices paid quicker, or two, you're going to be able to pull your nurses and place them in a facility that is going to pay you on terms that you're much more comfortable with and seeing. So basically, in conclusion, I've shared a number of tips and techniques for nurse staffing agency owners to ensure that they get paid quicker. The first part of the series dealt about checking into the credit worthiness of the facilities before you do business. The second part of the series really focused on proper invoicing techniques, such as what to have on your invoices and where to send them, and to make sure you send them out at an appropriate time period. And this third period, or this, and this third part of the series was to make sure you continuously monitor your collections process. So by adopting some of these or all of these, certainly nurse staffing agencies will be able to get paid much quicker.